This man is the richest person in the world. But when he sat in first class wearing a security guard uniform, the flight attendant openly looked down on him. She believed he didn't deserve to sit there, because the entire first-class cabin had already been booked by the richest man. A middle-aged man in a security uniform had no right to be there. Hearing this, the man simply told the flight attendant that his secretary booked the seat for him, but the flight attendant laughed at him for daydreaming. Before he could take out his ticket to prove it, he realized the ticket wasn't with him. He quickly called his secretary to bring the ticket, but the flight attendant was extremely dismissive. She didn't believe a word he said. She even attempted to throw his luggage off the plane. What she didn't know was, this man was actually the owner of the airline. He had boarded the plane in disguise to personally experience the test flight of a new aircraft. To his surprise, he encountered such a snobbish flight attendant. Fortunately, his secretary arrived just in time. But before he could explain, the flight attendant acted like a victim. She accused the man of trying to sit in first class without a ticket, causing a disturbance in the cabin. The secretary's face turned very grim. She immediately handed the ticket to the richest man. Then she harshly criticized the flight attendant's behavior, reminding her that serving passengers was her duty. She ordered the flight attendant to apologize. The flight attendant reluctantly apologized. However, as soon as the secretary left, she began gossiping again. She was certain the man just got lucky. Other flight attendants agreed and nodded in support. At that moment, the cabin supervisor walked over. She scolded them for being lazy and ordered them to return to work immediately. Shortly after, the newly appointed manager of the airline also boarded the plane. The manager was infatuated with the cabin supervisor. While she was working, the manager repeatedly interrupted her duties. He even used his authority to threaten her. The man furiously stopped the manager's behavior, but the manager looked down on him. He tried to give the man $50,000 to make him go away. The man, in return, threw back $500,000 and ordered the manager to go to economy class. The supervisor, afraid of the manager's power, tried to persuade the man not to make trouble. She said she would resign from the company soon anyway. But facing such an arrogant manager, the man angrily called the HR department. He ordered them to fire the manager within 1 minute. The manager didn't believe the man could be the richest person. The next second, he received a call from HR. He had been fired by the airline. Enraged, the manager tried to teach the man a lesson. But suddenly, the plane encountered turbulence. The whole aircraft began to shake. There was no nearby airport available for an emergency landing. A crash seemed imminent. The man rushed into the cockpit in time. He told the pilot to land on his racetrack, but the pilot said poor visibility due to weather made that impossible. Then the man made another call to order all the lights at the racetrack to be turned on. Finally, the passenger plane landed successfully. The man saved all the passengers, but after getting off the plane, he was blocked by the fired manager. The arrogant manager even assaulted the man. Just as he was about to do more, executives from the airline arrived at the scene. They immediately scolded the dismissed manager.